Hey, we have arrived in Atlanta for the beginning of our Big Sissies Week. We are screening it out on film tonight. We head to Fort Worth tomorrow and then Fort Lauderdale on Sunday. So this is the beginning of a very big week for us. All dressed up. We have arrived. We are at the Midtown Art for there are 3 sold-out screenings tonight. We're with Liz and Paula, our wonderful Indiegogo supporters, and we're so happy to be here in Atlanta. Southern Baptist, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that.
I just finished introducing Southern Baptist Sissies 3 times. I mean, it was like 9:30, 9:35, 9:45, and we are done with that. And now we're going to go after the film. We're going to go drink right now, or I am, and then we're going to answer Q&As. But in the meanwhile, let's peruse what's in the Lost and Found. Because you never know. You never know what you can just say that you lost if it's good shit. Always an umbrella. You can always find an umbrella in a lost and found. This is interesting to me. Somebody has lost their Spanx.
I forgot those. That's how I stay skinny.
Emerson Spanx. But, okay, what are the odds that 2 people lost contact lenses cases? I find it very... And then, how do you lose these? You just take them off and lay them down in the floor, or
People getting real comfortable.
and then we've got some reading glasses and some cheap sunglasses. There is nothing here. Oh, and a hotel key, just in case. I lost my hotel key.
Try it on every room.
Greener pastures grow from green choices. Such bullshit.
Well, we just arrived in
Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth
Here we are. Look at my pen. I got me a Longhorn pen.
for day 2 of our Crazy Sissies Weeks, and they gave us hats.
We like them. We like our hats. We're in our home state.
Yay! Big screening tonight.
Sissies.
Sissies. Sissies. Hoorah.
Sissies.
Hoorah.
Damn sissies. They sent a limo to pick us up in Fort Worth. How great is that? But you can't get over that hump with us in it. So I'm going to help it a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. He's getting it.
He said apparently he could get it in, but he couldn't get it out.
Oh. Look at that.
Oh my God.
It is real
I'm
tight.
making a difference.
You are
I'm making a difference.
so strong. Meanwhile, we've got cocktails on the street with Chad Darnell, the executive producer and star of Birthday Cake. He's got 1 and 1 to go.
I want to ask Chad. More than anything, during the run of so many productions of Southern Baptist Sissies, I got so many letters from people who had pain and had religious damage and suffered religious bigotry, and I had to retell this story. So I finally figured out a way to do it, and all of you who contributed to the Indiegogo, you made this film with us. Thank you so much. We are so glad. We laughed at him and enjoyed him, but he is, for me, the heart of this play, the music that brought everything together. It made everything so fluid, and I love your work in this as an actor, but I love your composing so much. Thank you, Joe Pat. It was a crazy structure for me. I started just writing and spewing as a response. There was Matthew Shepard had been murdered, and there was a picture in Newsweek that kind of rocked my world, where I saw the killer's home, and there was a picture of Jesus in that picture, and I started wondering if those boys who had killed this boy had been taught to hate and justified that hatred in those pews that I grew up in. Yes, sir.
From the time that you wrote the first play to the script that we're seeing now here on screen, is the ending more positive than what it was originally?
It is exactly the same.
There is no difference. The only thing I did, I always wanted Southern Baptist Sissies to be one of those pieces you look back at, and you like the help, and you go, wow, it was really like that. And it hasn't really happened yet. All I did was update the haters in Benny's speech. I just, replaced Trent Locke with Sarah Palin. Yeah, but because I rehearsed it as a play, and we opened as a play, and these actors, I mean, Emerson, I have to say, the first day of rehearsal, because he was producing, he produced this movie. I mean, I got credit, but he really produced it. I mean, he did the hard work. He's the smart one. And we arrived on the set the very first day for play rehearsal, and one actor knew every single line, and it was Emerson Collins. It was that he didn't miss a word.
Del, I thought the placement of Andrew's body on the communion table with the words "in remembrance of me" was a brilliant choice, because there's something holy and sacramental about that. And when we gather in places like this for a Q cinema or in a pride parade or on the steps of the Supreme Court, we do it in remembrance of people like Andrew and Matthew Shepard, but we do so with hope. And I thought that was a brilliant move on your part, having that open body on that table.
Oh, thanks. I always love that. I like,
I was familiar with Leslie from his comic work. I think that's the best I think I've ever seen him be. Where did those characters come from?
Well, my friendship with Leslie Jordan, I'll tell you, when I wrote the role of Peanut, I didn't tell him that, I mean, I had Leslie come to the first reading of Southern Baptist Sissies, and it did not include Peanut and Odette. That was, and he said, Dale, everybody's just going to slash their wrist. It's so dark. You just got to do something. You got to add something. It's so dark. And so I went back and I wrote, Peanut and Odette, and then I handed him the script, and I said, well, I did something, and he read it, and he called me, and he said, you have betrayed me. You have written every story that I've ever told you. Because, he lived at Hunter's, this hustler bar, for years before he got sober. And I said, well, will you do it? And he says, well, of course I'll do it. Who else is going to do it? So anyway.
I never asked you this, but did you base the preacher any at all on your dad? Is there your dad in that character?
Yes, I did. That character was sort of a duality of a combination of a lot of pastors, and there was a pastor who just passed away named Bob Tremaine, who actually spewed that kind of rhetoric that you hear. But I wanted to give this pastor, I wanted him to be a good pastor. And my dad was a wonderful pastor. He was so kind to his flock, if you will. He loved his congregation, and they came to him with problems, and he did his best to give the advice that was given to him that he thought was appropriate. So I didn't want to villainize the preacher. I wanted him to be a good man, and I hope that came through. I didn't, just want him to be. I didn't want him to be a complete antagonist. I don't see that character as the antagonist of this play. I see the church as the antagonist of this play.
This is Joe Pat, and we are at the Q Cinema in beautiful Fort Worth at the after party for Southern Baptist Sissies. I was here, Del Shores was here, Emerson was here, and we had a great crowd. It went fantastic, and I'm glad to be here. Now I gotta drive back to Denton.
Woo woo! Q Cinema, thanks for having us. This is the line outside the Fort Lauderdale Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. Everybody walking in to see Sissies. I am here at the Gateway Theater. I just introduced Southern Baptist Sissies here at the Fort Lauderdale Gay and Lesbian Film Festival because Dale was in Atlanta being the honorary Grand Marshal of the Atlanta Pride.
Here's my tie straight.
Oh, look who it is!
I just got here. Is this the Gateway?
Yes, the Gateway.
Oh, gate.
Not the Gayway.
I missed the T.
I mean, tonight it's pretty Gayway too.
Hey, Fort Lauderdale.
We're so excited to be here.